gentlemen, welcome to the channel. Welcome to another beautiful sunny day here in Johannesburg, South Africa. Now, for those of you who know me, you'll know that the Ford Fiesta ST is my favorite car right now, and I'm actually in the market to buy one. And I've been ranting and raving about this car since it came out in 2013, and today I'm finally getting the opportunity to drive it. How are you, ladies and gentlemen? You see that thing behind me looking all mean, perked up over there. I'll be taking that thing for a drive today. I'll be testing out to see if this thing is really as good as people say it is. And I can tell you something, and I'm sure you can see I'm more happy and jittery right now, but I drove this car to this parking lot, and man, that is easily the best job I've ever had in my life. And I daily drive a Mercedes C180 with the AMG package, and man, this thing has never brought a smile to my face the way this thing has brought a smile to my face today here. And I mean, I didn't push it that much coming here.
Flashback.
You know, I went around the corner quite fast, and I tell you something right now, man, just from that one corner that I went around, I can tell you that this car's handling is absolutely immaculate, dude. You can point and shoot this car. You turn that steering wheel, you think where you want to go, and this car will obey you and take you right there, man. Today, we just need to be touching on the key features of this car and taking you for a drive. The Ford Fiesta is the Ford Focus's little brother. And little brother is honestly not a good way to describe this car because it's anything but little, man. This car is powered by a 1.6 liter 4-cylinder engine which uses the Ford's EcoBoost technology. And now, for those of you who don't know, this car weighs under 2 tons. I think it's about 1.2 tons. Don't quote me on that. But what that means is a lot of power for a very light car. Now, that's good for a lot of things, man. Acceleration and mainly handling. So let's take a quick look at what powers this little Ford Fiesta is. Now I'm gonna, one second. Okay, I'm gonna cut all of that out. So let's take a look at what powers the Ford Fiesta ST. Now, underneath the hood, you'll find a 1.6 liter 4-cylinder EcoBoost engine. What that means is this little thing is turbocharged. And now, given the power to weight ratio on this car, this engine here is more than enough for this car. It allows for great handling, great acceleration, and quite decent top speeds. Now just take a look at this engine. Now that we've taken a look underneath the hood of this car, let's take a quick look at the interior of this car, where you're going to be spending most of your time. Now, you're greeted by this fancy ST badge on the dorsal, and if you didn't know, that right there gives you an extra 200 horsepower. So if your car does not have that, it doesn't have an extra 200 horsepower. And the first thing you notice in this car, man, are these amazing Recaro bucket seats. Now I'll tell you something right now, man. These seats do a great job of holding you in place when you're going around those corners fast. And the steering wheel's got the ST badge on there. You gotta know this is no normal Fiesta. And now this is aftermarket. It's just the cover, because I mean, that's one of the things I hate about the steering wheel the most, is that this thing here, without this cover, is just like a black sort of panel there, which is quite pointless. I wish Ford did not put that there. They could have just made it like a hole. I think that would have been better, but hey, you can get things like this to make your Ford Fiesta ST look a little bit better. And now the interior of this car, like I said, you're greeted by the amazing Recaro bucket seats. Now, a lot of people complain that they can't fit in these seats, but for me, I fit in here quite perfectly, man, and they really do hold you in place, but not in an ugly and uncomfortable manner. No, these seats really do hold you. You get a little bit of space to move around, which makes it a lot more comfortable than a lot of bucket seats in the market. But yeah, these are really good. They are cloth. I believe that in the UK and American markets you can get these in leather. I don't know, but the cloth seats are really nice. Now we're taking a look at the infotainment system. This is my biggest pet peeve about this car, man. Just driving it here, I tried to connect my phone to the Bluetooth, with which I succeeded, but I don't know how to play music, man. Like, listen, this thing is not simple at all. Just looking at it right now, for a person who just hopped into this car trying to use the system, it is quite complicated, man. It is quite complicated, but it does look good with the jet black gloss accents over here. I'll give them that. Another thing I really don't like about this is how the screen is very small and far away from me. I'm sitting in my normal driving position and I still can't even reach the screen, which doesn't matter since it's not a touch screen, but it is quite small, man. My iPhone is bigger than that, and I mean, I would prefer a bigger screen, but hey, man, Another thing I really like about this car is the gear shifter, man. This thing feels absolutely amazing, shifting through gears. Yeah, it's really nice. I like the metal on there with the nice red. Again, the red gives you 200 extra horsepower. So if your car does not have that, you don't have 200 extra horsepower. But yeah, this car also has type ambient lighting underneath there, which looks really good at night. You can't see it now in the daytime, but it is under there. And also in the cup holders, there is ambient lighting over there. Just excuse my charger cable. The handbrake lever has a nice leather, stitched leather, which feels really good to the touch, man. And there's some nice metal over there again. Everything in here feels quite premium. I'm not a big fan of the dashboard. I'm not a big fan. But then again, man, this is not a luxury car. This is a car that you go whip around the track, that you go whip around the city with great handling, great performance, and that's what Ford excels in, you know. They cut costs with the dashboard, and I'll show you in a second where those costs went. Now, because Ford cut costs in the interior of the car, they really managed to redirect the costs on things that matter. Things that make the Fiesta ST, well, the Fiesta ST. A car that handles better, brakes better, and quite frankly performs better than a lot of cars in the segment. Ford has managed to put disc brakes on all four corners of this car, and I mean that is really necessary for a car that performs such as this one does, you know. For its weight and its power ratio, it really does need 4 brakes to keep you from crashing into cars and going into ditches. But yeah, also you can see this car is not lowered, ladies and gentlemen. This is the stock height of this car. The reason behind this is in order to enable this car to handle the way it does. And now I will say, is this car the most comfortable car you can buy? No, it's not. But I mean, when you're buying this car, you know what you're getting into. It's got a slightly stiffer ride at low speeds. Like when you're driving around the city, you're going to feel the bumps more than you would in a normal Fiesta like Titanium or Trend. But you know what, man? The opportunity cost is way better, dude. I mean, I'd rather go feel a little bit more bumps and have much better handling than to be in comfort and having body roll, not being able to whip around those corners as fast as I'd like to, man. The handling in this car is absolutely impeccable, and you're going to be seeing that a little bit later when you take this car out for a drive. Now, let's look at the practicality of this car. A lot of you are students, people between the ages of 18 and probably 25. They'll be buying these types of cars. And now let's look at the boot space of this car. Now, I'm about to head to campus, so I mean, I got my bag in there, I got my homie's bag in there, and I got a bottle of Whey Right Nutrition, baby. Get yourself a bottle of Whey Right Nutrition. This video is brought to you by Whey Right Nutrition. This whey protein tastes absolutely amazing. It's great for gaining weight. Even if you're trying to lose weight, this whey protein is really nice. All the links are in the description. Go check this out. Email Irfan Crawley, who is the owner of Whey Right Nutrition. Ask him all about the product, and he's also a personal trainer, man. So if you guys want to get trained, most definitely contact him and find out about it. But yes, this trunk has got quite good space, man. You can throw all your school bags in there, you can throw all your grocery bags in there, and I mean, it's decent for the size of this car. Now, I'm going to attempt to get into the backseat of this car. Now, I did say I'm 6'2", so it'll be interesting to see how it fits into this car. Because some of you who buy this car might have passengers, unless you rip the back seats out and make this car super fast. But yeah, I'm going to attempt to get into the back of this car. And now you will notice that it is super easy to pull the seat forward and to get into the front. You simply just pull on this tab here, push the seat forward, and you got access to the back seat. But yeah, let me hop back there. Now, sitting down, I'm surprised, man, by the space this car has. I was really expecting much less space, but let's push the seat back, and I mean, I got leg room back here, man. I mean, I can move my legs. It's not the most comfortable place to be in, but you can definitely sit here for reasonably sized journeys. Yeah, as you can see, I got some leg room. I can move my legs around here. Again, I said this is not the most comfortable place to be in, but it's definitely bearable. And I'm gonna scoot over to this side right here, behind the driver's seat where I was sitting. And yeah, I mean, my knees do touch the seat, but it's definitely not something that you can't live without. I really do like it, man. The 2017 Fiesta ST, man, is really rubbing off on me, man. I loved this car before I got into it, and I love it right now. We're gonna do a little comparison between the normal Ford Fiesta and the Fiesta ST. So now we're going to look at the interior mainly, because we already know what's underneath the hood. This car has a 1-liter EcoBoost. That is a 1.6-liter EcoBoost. This car has 2 disc brakes in the front and drums in the back. This car has disc brakes all around, stiffer suspension, a little bit nicer suspension. Nicer by the means of comfort, not by handling. I'm going to take a look at the interior now. The main differences, obviously, man, will come through the seats. This car's got the nice Recaro bucket seats right there, as well as the ST on the door, so obviously that doesn't have that. ST on the steering wheel, and the infotainment system is also one of the biggest differences, as you can see. And yeah, man, this is a 2-door car as opposed to the 4-door of this car. But interestingly enough, I've sat in the backseat of this car and the space is actually quite similar, man. So I'm gonna take a quick look at the interior of this Fiesta, and we can see already that the seats are very different. No ST, as it's not an ST. The steering wheel is actually different. That car has leather steering wheel. This is more of like a plasticky sort of feel, but it's a really nice feeling steering, don't get me wrong. The seats, man, the seats are the biggest difference. This has got like these keys, which are obviously a tad bit more comfortable than the bucket seats on long journeys. The radio, the infotainment system, you can see the difference right there, man. This does not have the gloss black, and it's not the Sony system in here. The back seats, and as I said, man, the space in the back seat of the Fiesta ST is actually quite similar to the space of the 4-door ST. It's just a matter of convenience. But yeah, we're gonna be going for a drive in the Fiesta ST right now. I'm super excited. I'm gonna show you guys just how this car handles, the acceleration and all that good stuff. So let's go.
Now, before we begin, the following footage was filmed on private roads in Mexico. Any resemblance to existing streets, buildings, signs, and other landmark features is an added computer effect done using CGI technology. The video was also edited to provide the illusion of high speed. No speed limits or road rules were broken in the making of this footage. Enjoy.
Compared to other cars,
you know what I mean? It's not bad, but I mean, I understand why they've done it. We got a nice little stranger
compared to other like sports.
Corner. Dude, like I can go around this. I can go around this turn at as much speed as I want, and I mean, huh? Look at that, dude. The way he just hugs the corner is ridiculous, dude. Yeah, I mean, like, dude, like, it's an electronic steering wheel. But remember something I said about the Suzuki Swift Sport was that I had no feeling in the steering wheel, man. It felt like I was just driving. But this one, I can definitely feel the road. I can definitely feel that the car and myself are one, man. Like, what I want this thing to do is what it's doing. So that's really amazing. About Fiesta STs is the handling, and I see why people like the handling of this car so much, man. It's a point and shoot, dude. Like where I want this car to go, where I turn the steering wheel is where this thing goes, dude, with no questions asked whatsoever. And we got a nice driving this car right now, man. I'm just like, yo, I'm thinking of buying this car as a daily driver, and I'm okay with the tickets that I'm gonna get with this car. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. You know, this is one of those cars, man, that you just want to drive. You don't even have to know where you're going, man. You just want to get in the car and go. And don't get me wrong, man, you can totally drive this car like a normal person, man. As I'm observing right now.
Yeah, it's gonna take a lot of self-control.
A whole lot of self-control, man, to drive this car like an actual sane person who's not ripping it the way I've been ripping it, man. You know what I mean? You can just chill.
I don't have the self-control, but I don't trust myself to buy a car like this.
And I mean, the gear shifting in this car is absolutely amazing. I spoke very good things about the Suzuki Swift Sport's gear shifting as well, but this one is just way better, man. It's way better. The Suzuki Swift Sport, I compared it to butter. This one is also, now I'm gonna go around this corner, man, no braking whatsoever. This car just goes where I want it to go, man. The Suzuki Swift Sport, I compared it to butter. This one is also very smooth, but I feel more connected to the car. Cameraman is absolutely scared, right? I can just hear him breathing, man. Trust me, trust the car, man. This thing can do it. Oh man! I mean, the handling, dude, Kishan, I was flat out there, and you saw that too, and I saw you were type nervous.
Yeah. The only thing that's holding me together is the seat belt.
And the seats, man, and everything. Without those things, you'd be flying all over the place, bro.
The seats are extremely comfortable.
Yeet. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna do a quick pull. That I gave him a whole lot of head start, and that, you know, that was not to see if I can beat him, no, to show you guys what's the difference, you know, between a 1 liter EcoBoost and the Fiesta ST 1.6 liter EcoBoost. A lot of you think that it's just styling and two doors. No, there's a whole lot more to it than that, man. And I think that just showed you that this car's got a whole lot of performance, man.
After driving the Ford Fiesta ST for the day, it's safe to say that it really exceeded all my expectations. The performance of this vehicle is truly amazing. The handling and acceleration are some of the best that I've experienced in the hard touch segment, and quite frankly beat that of vehicles in other segments at much higher price points. Now, you could find a second-hand Fiesta ST for around 200 to 250,000 Rand, which is a great price for what you're getting. All this great performance is tied together by the Fiesta ST's classy yet sporty styling and tasty exhaust note. Now, if you're looking for a car that's low priced, fun, and packs a high amount of performance for its size, the Fiesta ST is the car for you. If you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe and leave a like. Also leave a comment down below and let me know what type of car you want to see next. I'm Tavz, this is Tavz Unleaded. Till next time.